Pneumatic tyres are great, offering a chance for lightweight and something that grips the ground as well as it possibly can. However, if the air comes out, you're in real trouble. So what do you do about that? Well, in today's video, we're going to show you 3 ways of repairing tubeless tyres. Let's go. Many years ago, when I was a lad, they used inner tubes to keep the air inside tyres. But now we have modern tubeless technology, which means using sealant like this and a tubeless valve to keep the air in, and the tyre seals against the rim. So we're going to show you today how to take modern tubeless tyres and repair them. So what happens if you have a small hole in your tyre? And you can hear the air coming out, just like this. Well, there's sealant in tubeless tyres, and that is to seal the hole. So hopefully, if we spread the sealant around, it will seal the hole. Magic.
Silence.
So sealant has things in it that act like a coagulant. So that makes the hole seal as the sealant comes out of it, just like the platelets in your blood when you cut yourself. So sometimes if it's a small hole, all you need is to rotate the tyre around and let the sealant do its job and seal the hole. You may have to top it up with a bit of air, but if you're lucky, that might be all you need to do. So what if the hole is a bit bigger? Ready? Oh, so that's probably not going to seal with just the sealant. We've given it way too much work to do. So even with loads of sealant coming out, it's not going to seal. The sealant's just going to spray all over the floor. Okay, so here we've got our tubeless plug and applicator. We've got our bigger hole, too big for the sealant to seal. Let's push it in and hopefully it will seal the hole. Okay, there she is, she's in there. Now let's turn it over and put some air in and see if it holds. Okay. Let's turn it over. If you turn the tyre around so that the place where the puncture is at the bottom, the sealant will tend to flow down around the hole, and hopefully, as it comes out, it will seal the hole. There you go, it's not making any noise, it's fixed. Now, one of the cruel things about cycling, especially for your wallet, is that there's no reason that an old tyre is more likely to get punctured than a brand new tyre. So what if your nice new tyre you've just spent up to £80 on gets a hole in? Well, we're going to show you how to make a semi-permanent repair for your tubeless tyre. Right, so what we need to do to repair this tyre first is take the tyre off the rim. Okay, now this is all filled with sealant, so you're going to have to do a bit of a clean-up job. Most of it's free of sealant now, but we need it really clean where we're going to get our patch, our repair plug to seal. So I'm going to use some disc brake cleaner and some blue roll. This is our tubeless plug. So it's got a piece of wire here to keep it stiff and make it easy to insert. And then it's got a piece here to keep this clean. And then we're going to use some vulcanizing rubber solution on this piece here, the same as if you were patching an inner tube from back in the day. Just the same process. Like this. Then I get my vulcanizing rubber solution, put some of that round where the hole is, and some of it on here. And then you make it nice and tacky with your finger, spread it around, and then spread around your hole, because you want that plug to form a bond, a permanent bond with the inside of this tyre. Right, so you want to wait till that's tacky, so we're about at that stage now. And you get this wire bit and you push it through your hole in your tyre from the inside. That's why we've taken it off the rim. So I'm pulling it through, apply the wire, and then making sure it's all the way through. And then on the inside, I'm going to rub this down and get it to stick nicely. Look. Yeah, this is our hopefully permanent repair. It's going to save our nice tyre with loads of tread on it. Okay, so now that's gone off, it's cured, and it's going to form that bond between the two rubber surfaces. So we're going to refill the tyre with sealant and pump it up again.
How much sealant should we be putting in typically when changing fluid?
So it depends on the size of the tyre and also what the tubeless sealant manufacturer says you should put in, but a rule is roughly 100 ml. Sealant in, so it's back on the rim. So you chase it round with your thumbs like this. So top tip at this stage is make sure that the bead of the tyre is in the middle of the rim, which we call the well, and that's a smaller diameter, so it's much easier to get it on than if it's up on this bit on the seat, which is a larger diameter to make a seal between the tyre and the rim. So top tip. And then we'll finish it off with some Mint Sauce branded tyre levers.
Fancy.
MBUK's finest. Okay, so now we're going to inflate it. Okay, so we've got a little bit of air coming out here. You can just see it bubbling a little bit. We'll put that at the bottom so the sealant can do its job. So it's always spread the sealant around the outside of the tyre between the bead and the rim, because it has to do its job and keep it sealed.
So, all well and good, but what about the little antenna that's left over?
So we're going to cut that off with the side cutters, cut it off flush with the tyre.
Cool. Yeah, it looks nice and neat.
Okay, so there we are. Those are your 3 ways to repair tubeless tyres. 2 trail side ones and 1 for the workshop when you've got a nice new tyre with a puncture. So check out the next workshop video here.